congrats on the win. Overall, what did you guys think about the way your team played tonight?
We got the win. That's always good. The 3 points always feels good, but honestly, like the overall performance can be better. In next game it will be better. There's a lot of things we need to work on, but individually, it can always improve and always be better. But there's some things to work on. But we got the 3 points. That's all that really matters.
Yeah, I mean, Bailey pretty much hit the nail around the head. Like, we're a team that's never satisfied. We're a team that always demands more. The players, the culture that we have is, it's just a culture that's never satisfied. We obviously want to win everything. We don't just want to win one game at a time. So the mindset going into the next one is just improve this week, build off of this performance. Yeah, we're happy with the win, but we're not satisfied with our performance, and that's something we want to address going forward into the next week.
You moved into the middle tonight. What is that adjustment like for you in terms of just seeing the game from the middle of the field rather than the left, and also from the communication aspect of being in the middle of the back line?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice because I speak a lot. My voice is pretty shot still from the Cal game. I've been a little under the weather, but I enjoy it. I think it highlights a lot of qualities that I have in my game in terms of just leadership and just seeing things and being able to put people in right places and just kind of making the game easier for everybody, just moving players around. And then I like how many aerial duels I go up for in a game, so that's always been a fun part of it. But obviously we miss Caesar. He's a great player, but we've got so many guys in our team that can fill into spots more than just me. So it's something that I think we're pretty confident with.
Brock, I know we're familiar that you played defender your whole career, but it sounds like you played a lot of different roles along the back line, right? Can you go through that with us in your career and how much you played center back versus outside back and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I mean, this is actually my first time playing center back in college, exclusively at one school. I played at Bradley. I was all over the field, and then at Bellarmine I was a left back my sophomore year, and then right back for junior and senior year. And so, yeah, I've pretty much played everywhere. I've had a lot of different flavors of playing, getting high, inverting, being a part of a back three at times. But overall, like in the summer when I play USL 2, that's where I played center back a lot. So I was able to get used to that role before I came into SMU, and I think that was able to help me a lot transitioning into this team. And so I just want to continue to get better at it. I know that's it's something that I can continue to improve on every single day. But Coach King, Coach Hudson, they do a great job of just driving us and helping us be better players week in and week out.
Your coaches always talk about how defending is an 11-man job. You gave up no shots tonight. So what was the key to your defensive performance, and did it look as good to you guys as it did on the stat sheet?
I didn't know that we had. That's crazy. That doesn't usually happen in games, but like with our team, defense is a big thing we focus on, every single day. And, we made some tactical changes in the defensive shape, and, it helped us out today. So, there's always things you need to change from game to game, but I guess tonight it worked. So,
yeah. And just to kind of build off that, I think our effort to get to the second ball tonight was very good. I think our midfield did a great job of tracking guys and getting tackles. The only scary moment was when I tried to be somebody I wasn't and backheel a ball. Luckily, the VAR said it was outside the box. So, yeah, I mean, besides that, I thought it was a very clean game overall from us in the back. We cleared anything that came into the box. Defense held strong. Martin, we kept it easy for him. So, I mean, it was just overall an 11-man performance. It started with Millie, Brendan up top, just pressing, making the game hard on their center backs to play. And, when you make it hard on their back line to play balls, you have a pretty good chance with the other guys in front of us. So, yeah, I thought overall defensively we were good tonight.
Bailey, and I'd love to hear from you as well, Brock, but, you've played with Neve and Freddie before. How much will it help this team to have them back and contributing here as you guys go through, the back half of 6 start to really ramp up into the key portion of conference play?
You know, they're two very special players, and you know, you can clearly, or like you feel like you're missing something. You know, Neves gets the ball and goes straight to goal, which, you know, in the attacking third, it's what you need. And you know, Freddie's very skillful. He's good on the ball, and he's gonna move around you. And not the fastest player ever, but he can get up there, you know, and he causes teams trouble. So, you know, it's good to see them back from injury and you know, back in the squad.
I think it just highlights our depth overall in that position. Like, we have so many different players that we can put into those spots, and you know, every one of them gives us a different flavor to our attack. And I think that's something that's really, really great about our squad, is that we can roll Jalen, we can roll Freddie in there, we can roll Neve in there, you know, and we don't miss a beat when any guy subs in. So it makes us a dangerous team through the course of 90 minutes and through a whole season when you have plenty of guys that you can just put into those spots.
You see your teammates every day, but for those of us who don't, Martin got his second start tonight, and he gets a shutout with technically facing no shots. How would you guys describe his game and the strengths of his game and what he brings to your team?
Yeah, I think I can speak for it because I hear him the whole game. Like, I think for me, the big moment was when I missed the header. Just his attitude. Like, that guy, he works so hard. You know, he's worked so hard since the moment he stepped into this program, and I wasn't here to see it, but I saw his Instagram and just how he carries himself. And that guy, man, he just has such a positive attitude. He refuses to accept defeat. He refuses to make excuses. And so, like, you know, when I'm hanging my head, he's coming over, picking me up, saying, I need you, you know, and he's just a great teammate. And ultimately, like, when you have a keeper behind you that just drives the energy, keeps guys' heads on, that's what you need. You know, he's more than a player with his hands and feet, but just as a man, he's an incredible teammate, incredible human being.
He pushes the level every day, for sure. Great mentality. I mean, in the summers, he's, you know, when we're doing the runnings, you know, he's a goalkeeper, but he's the first guy in running, you know. So he puts in the work every single day, and you know, he sets the standard for sure in a lot of things. So yeah, we're happy to have him behind us.
You're now tied for the national lead in penalty kick goals.
There you go.
PK Sparks.
So without giving away too many secrets, can you share anything about your approach? Like, do you scout opposing goalkeepers as far as PK tendencies, or do you know in your mind what you're going to do and it's up to him to adjust and try to respond?
A lot of the times I can tell where the goalkeeper's going to go beforehand. It's not just because, you know, I don't watch them or look and see where they have dove and passed penalties or anything like that, but just, you know, I'm confident when I'm up there, and, you know, I'm confident in my ability, but I can usually, like, get a sense of which direction they're going to go. So, yeah, so I like to change it up a little bit, I guess, tonight.
Did you take PKs for Solar or Sporting KC in the past?
I did not. I did not. Well, I guess a little bit in Solar. I didn't score too many. But I was, you know, I took more free kicks than anything back in my Solar days. But at Sporting, it was nothing. No corners. No.
Did you have to lobby for the job this year, or did the coaches come to you and say, you're a senior, you're the guy for this?
I mean, I put in the work after trainings. You know, I try and hit like at least 5 after a training or something like that, and you know, just walk off the field and have, you know, a few penalties under my belt. But I think, you know, they could see that and saw that I wanted them, so they decided to put me on, and yeah.
You started this by saying there are things to clean up, and you've got Virginia Tech, which is 17th in the country, coming in Friday. I know you haven't had a chance to watch this game yet, but what are some of the things you'd like to clean up between now and Friday?
I think just getting a goal, honestly. You know, there's always things building, and you know, you can dive into all the tactics, and I think just to put it flat out there, we need to score more goals. We need to be more deadly going forward. You know, it's no secret. So I think you know, just finding a bit of ruthlessness to us, just really getting after a team. We've been able to get after teams and score first the last few games. But, it's just keeping that mentality through 90 minutes. And we're getting better. You can see we're getting better through games where, if we're in a tied game against Cal, we're coming back and scoring again. Tonight, VAR call, things looking a little shaky, and then we score again. So it's getting better in that aspect. And I think Virginia Tech's going to be a real test for us. I'm excited to play against them because they're undefeated, if I'm not mistaken. But, they're coming down to Dallas. They're coming to Washburn, and we don't give teams an easy game when they come to Washburn. So ultimately, it's just keeping our mentality and really driving at them and not having any fear, not having any type of hesitation.
Yeah, no addition to that. That was good there.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, gentlemen.
Sweet, guys.
So much.
Appreciate y'all.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
0 victory. Overall thoughts on the way your team played?
Yeah, we won. That's about. Yeah, I mean, look, I told the guys at the end of the game, we don't apologize for winning. You should feel some level of satisfaction in getting a result, but we have to play better. Yeah, it just wasn't great. Wasn't clean enough. It was just we were too slow. We didn't play into the right areas. We turned some bad balls over, and then there were moments that could have really caught us. So in a game that you can put to bed in the first half, we don't, and then you have chances to do it in the second half. We still can't finish it off, and then there's relying on a video replay penalty decision. I haven't seen it yet, but the ref called it a pen at first and then overturns it. So, I mean, thank goodness, but that's it's awfully dangerous in a game that we feel, they're competitive and they worked hard, but we gotta see that one through quicker.
Gave up no shots, and just I know you've always said that defending is an 11-man job, but
Right.
Did the defensive performance look as impressive to you as it did on the stat sheet, and what was the approach or the key to it?
No, I mean, I think honestly, it's if I'm honest with myself, I think when I go watch the video, it's going to be one of those games I'm going to watch and go we were better than I thought when I watched it. We created more than I thought, or we really weren't threatened as much as I felt like on the bench. And it's probably a game that just, when you play midweek games, and we used to say it whenever we'd play ACC teams midweek, these are total traps. And, Incarnate's got every bit of juice in order to win the game. They're coming off a game that was over in the first 10 minutes for them on Friday night against an NAIA team. And we're traveling to California and coming back and, see out a hard result at Cal. So I think maybe when I really sit back and analyze, I'll feel a little differently. But, we need the day off tomorrow, from the coaches who, coaches need a day off. The players need to get away. We need to reset. Our captain said in the huddle, let's take a little bit of joy in doing something we haven't done so far this year and getting 2 wins in a row. And I was like, really? And, when you think about it, it's true. So, so take a little bit of satisfaction there, but we can be better for sure.
Neve back for his second game. You got a few minutes out of Frederick Skillberg tonight. What does it mean to you and your team to have them back in your lineup?
Yeah, I mean, those are really important pieces. I mean, Frederick, as a freshman, he had, 7 goals and a bunch of assists. And, last year he played hurt all year. And then, he deals with his injury, and now he's finally coming back. I mean, I'd say he's 90-something%. He's still not everything he wants to be, but he sure helped us tonight. I'm happy we took the decision to give him, we told him the activation today, we were going to give him, 15 minutes at the end of the first half, and he performed well. And I said, well, probably not going to bring him on to the end of the game, so let's give him a run to start the second half. And, he did well again. So, it was a good chance to get him in the game and get him back into it. If we can get him up and going again, back to what he can be. Like, he has some really unique talents and how he can unlock a back line. So, yeah, it was great to have him back. And then Neve, to have him back, yeah, it was a very good goal. He's dealt with an injury or an issue, for the first handful of games. And now that he's feeling better, like, it's a nice boost to have a little more attacking threat. Yeah, and now we have Jalen, Danny, Neve, Freddie, gets a little more clogged, and got a couple of their young guys who can play in there too. So, but yeah, it's a good problem to have.
Bailey Sparks is now 4 for 4 on penalties.
Yeah.
Tied for the national lead. You obviously have
National lead in penalties?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a stat. Okay, cool.
I learned that from John during the
Yeah,
podcast.
nice.
You obviously got several guys who can strike the ball. What makes him the guy that you go to, that you turn to when the ball goes to the side and you need a goal?
Yeah, I mean, was the decision made within preseason? There were a couple other guys who are more than capable of taking them. It was not an easy decision. A couple of those guys had like slight injuries. When I said, we all think of like international games or professional teams when you see it and there's like a spat over who's going to take a pen. And I saw that coming. And I just said, like, well, I'll just make the decision for us. And I said, Bailey, take it. And the kid's 4 for 4. So, yeah, he's just a confident young man, and like nothing really rattles him. He's just going to step up, and he can be having the best game in the world, and he's going to score. And he could be having his worst game ever, and like I don't think he's fazed when he steps up to take a penalty. He's got a ton of confidence and belief in himself, and we trust him. And yeah, put that relieved all anxiety when he puts it away with whatever it is, 10 or 12 minutes left. We go, okay, this one's probably done.
One thing that you could definitely tell about a keeper that didn't get to face a shot today is that Martin is very vocal, extremely so. And players said it, and we definitely noticed it. From a coaching perspective, does that give you some confidence in him, or what does he bring with that part of his game?
Yeah, I mean, Martin is like, he's an elite shot stopper when the game is in tight. Like if I had to pick a goalkeeper in small sided, like that's your guy. Because if we were going to go play indoor, like this guy's really quick and yeah, really brave in like little small reaction things. So, but yeah, he's managed the games well so far. Yeah, he didn't he didn't have a save to make tonight, but I felt that he was really secure in like how he passed the ball, and his decision making was good. And like, look, at the end of the day, goalkeeping is a position that like wonderful moments or bad moments are completely like, right there for everybody to see. So, yeah, he was smart in how he handled it, and like the guys, they believe in Martin, as do we. So yeah, he's stepped up and done well, and yeah, he's continue to ride the positive momentum, and yeah, we trust him, and he's done really well.
You moved Brock Pope to the middle tonight. What did you think of his performance, simply from being in a new spot and also from the vocal organizational aspect of playing in the middle of the back line?
Yeah, I mean, Brock is, he's a winner, right? If you describe him with one word, the kid's a winner. So you could play him anywhere, and he would give you like every ounce that he has, which is a remarkable trait and will do him very well in life. Yeah, like he's just an ultra competitor, and he's going to give you everything in any position. So playing as a center back, like it asks a little more in how to read the game and build out, but and then he's if you ask him to win things in the air and to win duels, like, he's going to do it. I will tell you, like, he will only remember one moment from the game, and that's the ball he tries to back heel that results in a potential pen. And, like, yeah, that's going to eat him up. And I like that about him, that he did, 50 other actions in the game perfectly well, and then the one action that he messed up, like, he will likely lose sleep over that, and says a lot about his competitive nature. So, yeah, he's very valuable. But I thought Lamar's done great on the left. That's new for him too. And, yeah, O's super steady. And, yeah, both those, all three of those guys have done well. And then, I thought Kieran and Nico had good games tonight as well.
We talked about Martine stepping in for the last couple of games and getting Freddie and Neve back. But another new guy who got some run tonight, Brendan Baird, joining your rotation up front. A little bit different look than the other guys that you've been playing up front. What did you think of his performance, and what does he add to that rotation?
Yeah, I mean, Brendan's been in the program 3 years, and he played a little bit his freshman year. Didn't play in last year's team. Has shown, like, unbelievable resolve and desire to compete and be here. Yeah, if you would have asked me 6 weeks ago, I mean, he was coming off getting a small knee thing fixed, finally found his way back in towards the end of preseason. But, like, he's been super hungry and bright in training, and, like, yeah, maybe it shows that there's more depth within this group than people may think, and maybe some guys need a chance. He needed a chance. I thought he did well. Like, you would not know that was his first minutes in a long time, because he put himself about well. He put himself in good spots. He had a couple good looks for goal. Like, yeah, he should be very proud of that performance, and he should, there's a lot of positive momentum and belief that comes from that. So, yeah, we're happy with what he's done, and, yeah, just the resolve that he showed to finally get that chance. Like, it was pretty neat when we told him, hey, you're going to get some minutes tonight during activation today, and, like, you could see him, like, trying to play it cool, but just kind of beaming and waiting for the chance. So he deserves it. Like, it's not a charity operation here. He and Freddie and Neve all haven't played a bunch, and tonight they got a significant amount of time. So it gives us more looks going forward, which is good for this group.
So you get a shutout in a win in a game that you should have won. You didn't give up a shot. Now you've got the number 17 or whatever Virginia Tech team coming in Friday.
Yeah.
You're giving your guys tomorrow off, but what can you, or what do you want to tighten up between now and Friday?
Oh, there's a lot. We got to play better. Yeah, it seems like every time we turn around, there's a top 20 team coming around. So it's the joys of the new league, which is great. I mean, that's what we want. So yeah, to tell you the truth, like, Jaime Coach Ibarra leads the scouting reports along with Michael, and they have started the study of it. I have not seen a lick other than some highlights of their games earlier in the year. So I'm sure they'll be downloading games tonight and starting to watch that, what's next. But yeah, I mean, we're at home. We gotta play better. We gotta pass the ball better. We gotta create more chances. We gotta share the ball quicker. We have to move the ball back around the back line quicker. We have to get Nico and Kieran the ball and isolated, and then we gotta find their interior players to turn and face forward and try to create some chances. So, and then we got to be really smart in how we defend and kill off transitional moments. So there's a lot to clean up, but, we're 5 weeks into this or whatever it is. And, we took take a fourth win and, move forward.
Thank you, sir.